Happening today, the Florida House will take up a controversial bill that would bar doctors from offering treatments like puberty blockers and hormone therapy to transgender minors.
News4Jax reporter Joe McLean is joining us live. Joe, it's one of several plans lawmakers will consider today involving transgender people.
It is. 3 bills are expected to be voted on today by the Florida House of Representatives that could affect transgender men, women, and children. Let's take a look at these 3. First up, it's one involving those medical treatments. This bill would effectively put into law some rules that are already approved by the state medical boards here in Florida. They're meant to keep doctors from providing certain gender dysphoria treatments to minors. Now, these would include treatments like puberty blockers, like hormone therapies or surgeries. Now, it's important to mention that this policy by the state of Florida goes against the mainstream medical community, including the World Health Organization, the National Institutes of Health, and the American Medical Association, all of which recommend providing gender-affirming health care to transgender people, and also encourages more study in this area. Also today, the House will consider a proposal aimed at preventing children from attending drag shows. Now, the bill would essentially penalize the establishment for hosting events that feature certain types of performances that in whole or in part depict what it says. This is, I'm quoting language from the bill, in whole or in part depicts or simulates nudity, sexual conduct, sexual excitement, specific sexual activities, lewd conduct, or, as it says, the lewd exposure of prosthetic or imitation genitals or breasts. Very specific language there. Now, while drag performance art is sometimes geared toward adult audiences, mature or sexual content is not necessarily a defining characteristic of the art form. One performer we spoke to recently said she's concerned about the political rhetoric and targeting here in Florida.
The concern really is for us isn't about how it's going to affect our business. It's more about how it's going to affect kids in the world. I mean, we're going to do what we have to do. We're going to follow the law, and we're going to, if they say kids can't come in here, then kids won't be allowed in here. But it's more about what it does for the mentality of children growing up and the love and the acceptance that they have, you know, amongst the people that they're, you know, in school with.
Now, obviously, there is also a big there should be a big distinction between drag art performances and someone's choice to be transgender. Now, also, a third bill in the Florida House today would prevent transgender men and women from using bathrooms that don't line up with their sex assigned at birth. Now, this is a battle we've seen fought over in students and staff access to restrooms in schools, but this bill would be for all publicly available restroom facilities. The bill further escalates a Republican crusade against transgender visibility and acceptance in American culture. Now, I did mention the skirmish over school bathrooms specifically. Well, Clay County's school district actually recently advanced a measure that would put that ban against transgender students from using the bathroom associated with their gender. That is expected to be voted on by the school board there in Clay County on June 1st. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.